Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to review this Hongdian A9. I believe that's what it's called. So, me and this pen didn't get off to a very good start. Let's get into it. Hear that? That is what you get when you pay $60 for a chair. Welcome back to Stormin Norman Says. I'm Stormin Norman. That must mean I have something to say. Apparently my chair has a whole bunch to say too. Anyway, I was in the middle of cleaning when I got the opportunity to make this video, but you can see my desk. You can see my desk now. Also, I moved some things around. They're still within reach, but you know, I can still get to them if I need them. Anyhow, today we are going to review this shut up, Richard. Hongdian. Let me bring up Amazon so I can tell you a little bit about it and get the name right, because I'm probably not going to keep doing that right. Hongdian A9. Number 8. A fine nib ebonite feed. Green moire pattern. Let's go with that. I don't speak French or anything. Unique design with converter and metal case set. Here's the metal case. Nothing super fancy. In fact, I'm surprised it closed because it wasn't closing beforehand. But the Hongdian A9, the number 8 nib. We're going to go put the camera from this position to this position so y'all can look down on the desk. And we can get some as in-depth as I can get on it. And I'm going to tell you how my week went with this thing. Because it didn't go well. It didn't start off well, but we rebounded. Alright, well here we are. Man, that looks awful close. But I've been keeping the A9 here in my traveler's notebook. Fits in there pretty good. I probably need to retighten this. But then again, I kind of have a whole gripe about this. I mean, we're not talking about this in this video, but at the same time, like, do I really need this elastic? Like, it's so wore in at this point. Like, it stays closed. So I've been giving thought to just taking that out altogether, but I'll probably regret it. Who knows? But it fits in here. When I'm not dumb, it fits in here pretty good. Don't hate that. But let's talk about this. I know that I don't know if I watched the videos where they talked about an ebonite feed, or if maybe somebody made the comment in a previous video that I did that an ebonite feed is a very wet feed. So I'm like, well, that's cool, right? Let me get this light over here. So that's good, you know. If it's wet, you ain't gotta worry about not having no ink. However, this thing is like for real wet. In fact, let's open it up and see if it's experiencing the same problems I dealt with. So not entirely. So here's how the week started off. And I didn't notice this. Might have been Monday. I went into the kitchen at work to assign my jobs like I do every day. And I took the cap off, and because that's black, I didn't notice that there's ink all over it. And I didn't notice that there was ink all in the cap. So I posted it, which I am not going to do anymore. And I went to writing with it. It's not that way now, as you can see. but it had ink all over. There's like a ring of ink around this. So I went writing with it. And when I got done, there was ink all over my fingers, all over that. I took the cap off after I posted it. There was ink all over the back of this. I couldn't get it off. It's off now because I went and found some, took it to the bathroom and ran it under the water. And then it managed to wipe off, but it managed to wipe off before that. And I'm like, daggum, this thing sucks. So I cleaned the cap out, got all the ink out of the cap, and I have not had any problems with it since then. It's got the big old number 8 nib. Get that, Canon 16mm. Alright, well, sorry about that. We're back now. I don't know where the camera stopped recording at, but I filled my card up, which I did not think it was possible for me to do. I didn't think I had that much stuff on there. Anyway, got a new card in the camera now. We're good. So, like I was saying, me and this pen got off to a rough start. I guess the feed being so wet, because y'all say it's ebonite. I don't even know what ebonite is, but apparently it's better than plastic. And it filled the cap up with ink. I got cap on this, posted it, got ink all over this, cleaned it, managed to get it all cleaned up, and it hasn't given me any problems since then. But like I said, it's got that dope number 8 nib on there. Boy, I cannot spell. Writes like a dream. Writes like a dream. So yeah, how much I paid for this thing? $25.99. And they have green, brown, and blue. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's an olive green, but you know, it's bordering on olive. And I dig it because I dig that number 8 nib. I'll tell you what I don't dig about it in a minute. But I'm not disappointed in the way it writes at all, unlike that, you know, Jinhao we did previously. By the way, and I don't know, I haven't tried this one. Let me try it now. Also doesn't fit. So these big pens like this, they don't fit in my pen holder that I showed y'all in a previous video months ago. The wooden pen holder I bought from Etsy to replace the cheap plastic one that I got off Amazon. Let's just compare number 8 nibs. There you go. Big old mamma jammas. And like I said, the Jinhao is very inconsistent with the amount of ink it puts out. 9019, that's what this is. Inconsistent and shaky. This one much better well built. I don't even know if that's a word. Much better built. It's got a, see if the camera will get it, cool little design on the finial, I believe that's called. Kind of looks like a coin. I haven't really like looked at it up close to see if it actually is something. Maybe some type of bird, I think. Not 100% sure. But this one is nice. This one is almost too nice. This one, because of the way the feed is so wet, like Like even when I was writing with it Friday, I think, and like it wasn't having the same problem with, you know, ink in the cap and stuff like that, but there was ink. You can almost see it. It's so wet. There was ink. Like, can I get something to point with? Like right here. I can't really tell if y'all can see that or not. But like right here where the nib rolls around to the feed, there was like drops of ink. Like, you know, have you ever seen something that's about to drip? So I was writing with it at work, didn't really notice that, and then I accidentally did something, and a drop of ink went on my sporin, which is the best place for it to go because my sporin is leather, so I just wiped it off of there. But I was like, "Woo, glad that didn't get on my clothes." But I told y'all what ink we got in here. We inked this up last week, the Pelican 4001, and it writes great. Writes great whenever I remember how to spell. It's consistent, unlike the Jinhao. It puts down the same ink every time I put it to the paper, and I dig it. I want to take a look. I know I showed y'all this last week, but in case you weren't here last week, the converter, remember I couldn't hardly get any ink in it, so it hardly has any ink in it. In fact, all the ink is at the top. There's still some down there. So, not the best converter, but it's definitely better than the one that Jinhao has. Did we count the threads last week when we inked this up? I think we did. 1 full turn, yes. Like a turn and 3/4. I guess I'll post it even though I'm worried I'm going to get ink on it again. And that's what it looks like posted. Not very necessary, if you know what I mean. Like if you like that extra weight in the back. But I mainly write with it unposted. See, there we go. A little bit of ink on there. Not as bad as it was the first day. But I do like this pen. That's not like a deal breaker, because I have been told that the ebonite feeds are very wet. So I just make sure I don't post it, and make sure I check to make sure there ain't no ink on the grip before I use it. You can see it because obviously it's shinier than everything else. And I'll tell you about the design on here. I've told y'all, I want to say last week, you got to line up one of these lines, not both of them. You think it would be either one, but it's not either one. Like try that one. You line up the lines. I don't know if y'all can even see that. And then you twist it on and see, they're not lined up. So that was not the line that you want to line up. You want to twist it around to the other one, line those up, twist it, and there you go. Now it's lined up. If that kind of thing bothers you. Now, it don't necessarily bother me if I happen to be putting the pen away and I'm paying attention, or I'm not in a hurry. Then I might do that and make sure it lines up for OCD purposes. But under normal circumstances, if I'm just jotting something down in the T in here, I just throw the cap back on it, slide it in the pin loop, and be about my day. So what I like, the overall design of the pin, it's got the arrow clip there. The clip is pretty decent and springy, not too tight like some pins are. It's got the cool design on the finial and it's kind of flat up there. I like that. Not technically flat, but you know what I mean. Flat on the bottom. And got the silver ring there. So the overall design of the pin is great. I love the design. The overall color and texture, not so much. Like that is kind of ugly. I mean, if you think it's pretty, more power to you. It actually don't look tremendously like it does on the picture on the listing on Amazon. But just imagine if they did this design and they put like a solid color on it or something, because this is a metal pin. It's not a plastic pin. But if they just did, maybe if they did it in stainless and put all this trim in black or gunmetal, oh, that would be so sweet. That would be sweet. But hate the design as far as, you know, the color and the little whoop-de-woo swirly things. And it's got a little bit of a texture. Like, it's hard to explain. If you're old, like I am, you remember back in like the 80s and 90s, the little cards you would get that were holographic, and you turn them one way and you see one thing, and you turn them the next way and you see the image change on the thing. That's kind of what this feels like. Not quite as intense as one of those. Remember, you could scratch your finger over it and it sounded like a zipper, like ring, 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 ring. That's kind of the sound you get when you rub your fingernail over this. But it's very fine, so it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's textured, but you barely notice it. It's still pretty smooth. So there you go. Back up top. The Hongdian A9. Would I buy it again? I would. I'd probably buy a little camera. I'm over here. I would probably buy the brown one if I bought it again. Although, see, the thing is, like I said, this doesn't look exactly like the picture on the thing here. And the brown one, man, that thing looks even uglier than this. But if the brown one, because this one looks a tad bit darker than the green they have on the picture on Amazon. So if I bought the brown one, it would have been, I'm assuming, a tad bit darker than the picture they show on Amazon, which would have actually looked way better than the picture they have on Amazon. But it's similar to an olive, so I kind of like it. The jury's still out. I'm trying to decide if I want to put one of these in the giveaway box, but I haven't decided yet. We'll come to that conclusion at another time. So this is going to be my last pin review for a little while, because I've done 3 in a row, kind of. I did the Jinhao 9019, I did the Asvine V126, and I did this. And I can't just keep buying pins, you know. Can't just keep doing it. Plus, I have we're going to do a video next on something else. Can't give it away. But a type of notebook that I started, and then I kind of just let it fall by the wayside. But we're going to talk about that, and I got some other ideas to talk about, to where we're not just doing pin stuff every week, because I'll go broke if I gotta buy these pins all the time. They ain't cheap. I do still have that road train in my cart though. Let me check and make sure it's still in there. Yep. I got actually 3 pins in my car. The Rotring 800 retractable ballpoint pen. I want to try that out. The Asvine, I think the B200. I want to try that out. And a Kaweco Brass Sport, because it looks like an awesome pen. Everybody who does a video on their Kaweco Brass Sport seems to really like it. I like my plastic one, but I'd probably really like that brass one. Thing would be cool, son. So we got some pen related, pen adjacent content coming up. Not necessarily pen content, but pen adjacent. Some notebook stuff. I don't have my book in front of me with my ideas in it, but we got some stuff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my camera when it comes in that I hopefully I didn't get scammed on. We're going to talk about my new camera bag that's on the chair back there. I just got it situated earlier before I started recording this video. We'll talk about that probably like at the end of the month or something like that. So we got some stuff coming. Some stuff. So if you're new here, I appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed, I'm going to get you a deal today. Because you watched my video and you're not subscribed, for today only, all subscriptions to this channel will be free. If you click the subscribe button down below this video, it won't cost you a dime. Just today, okay? Don't be telling nobody I'm doing this, alright? But I'm going to let you subscribe to the channel for free. Just click the button down there. You won't be charged anything. Just today, though. Don't be telling nobody. Anyway, if you want to become a channel member, right next to that subscribe button is a button that says join. You can become a channel member. You can get early access to this video. Members only content, which is going to go up tomorrow. Probably. If I remember. And, yeah, you'll just be in the Cool Kids Club. And that's, who don't want to be there? I mean, when you're a nerd, we like pens. I like Star Trek. I like professional wrestling. I like wearing kilts to work on Friday. Obviously, I'm a nerd. So, who doesn't want to sit at the Cool Kids table? We decide. We decide what the Cool Kids table is. Not them people out there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. I know. You can go watch somebody like Doodlebud, you can go watch Mike Madison, and they will give you a much more detailed review of a pen. Like, they'll be like getting out a caliper and like measuring and tell you all kinds of words I don't probably know. But will they be as funny as I am? Ask yourself that. I've been Stormy Norman. I've said things. We'll catch y'all in the next one.